Hello, this is Richa Sharma with Dina Kleiman from SharePlex Technical Support. Today's topic of discussion is SharePlex for Oracle's Compare and Repair feature. In this video, we will discuss what the compare and repair features are, how to run the commands, and review several options you can use with these utilities. The SharePlex Compare utility allows you to periodically check for out-of-sync conditions between your source and target databases. With SharePlex replication, the target database is open to user access, meaning users could potentially connect to the target database by accident and update the date on the target databases. Because of this, you may want to periodically check to make sure the data integrity on the source and target database is not compromised. In these situations, SharePlex provides an out-of-the-box feature that allows you to discover the discrepancy and quickly fix it. The compare utility will automatically compare the data in the source table to the data in the corresponding target table. And if there is an out-of-sync condition, the SharePlex repair utility allows you to quickly synchronize the tables on both the source and target system. In other words, compare is a tool that checks whether the data in source and target tables are in sync with each other. Repair is a tool that automatically updates the target table to make it an exact copy of the source. Now let's discuss how the feature works. Both compare and repair are executed on the source. In a peer-to-peer setup, you will need to determine which server to use as the source, or in other words, the true master. Note, during compare, online applications and user activity is uninterrupted. It is important to note that the table being compared or repaired must be part of the current configuration file. All SharePlex processes must be running with low replication latency. It is recommended to run compare and repair during a time of low replication activity to avoid issues with locks, as both the compare and repair command will need to obtain a brief lock on the source. Table comparisons can be run with or without target data modification. If you just want to see if the table is in sync, then issue compare command. If you want to automatically correct any out of sync that table may have on target, then issue repair command. The compare and repair command by default will use all rows on source and target. If you want to limit the number of rows, then use the where clause in your compare and repair syntax. Prior to running compare or repair, first log into the source server. Make sure your environment variables are set correctly by issuing env pipe grep $SP underscore on the command line. Then in SP control, issue the show config command to make sure the table is in replication. Followed by the show command to make sure all the SharePlex processes are running. And finally, check the queue status to make sure queues are empty or nearly empty, indicating the latency is low. On the target, also make sure the environment is set correctly. Also make sure all the processes are running and the queues are relatively empty. Now we are ready to run compare. Compare is always run on the source database server in SP control. The syntax is compare source schema name dot source table name. If you want to automatically correct the target data, issue the repair command. The syntax is as follows: repair source schema name dot source table name. For versions 7.5 and below, the syntax is slightly different, where you would spell out the target information. Refer to the appropriate reference guide for syntax correct. Now, let's say you are replicating a 100 million row table and you had a server crash at 3 p.m. You know the data up till 3 p.m. is in sync, but you're not sure about the data after the crash. For situations as these, compare and repair offers a where clause option to limit the subset of data. This where clause is pretty much the same as you would use in any Oracle query. For example, you can run compare where the last update date is after yesterday at 3 p.m. Let's run such compare now. On version 7.6 and higher is simply compare source schema name dot source table name, where source table name dot last update date column is greater than to date and give the date and time. Notice the to date function. This is important. Unlike Oracle, SharePlex does not implicit date conversion. In this example, we use a date column, but not any column can be used in the where clause. I mean, any column. It's not just the date column. You can use any column in the where clause. The repair can be used with the where clause as well, and it would be repair source schema name dot source table name where source table name dot last update date column is greater to date and give the date. Once you issue the compare table command, you can monitor the status via the show compare command on the source. When a compare process is running, show compare displays summary information of runtime statistics, while show compare detail displays information including whether repair is on. This show compare process does not refresh the output for active comparisons on a real-time basis. So to see up-to-date statistic, you would need to keep rerunning the show compare and show compare detail commands. For completed compare and repair processes, show compare extracts the heading and summary information from the compare reports on the target system, while the show compare detail extracts detailed information from these same logs. This is important to note because if you clear the log directory on the target, show compare statistics for past compare commands will not display. Note the number of rows compared and repaired and whether the repair used inserts, updates, or deletes. To summarize, compare and repair are utilities provided by SharePlex that check whether source and target tables are in sync with each other. If an out of sync condition happens, SharePlex provides an option to automatically update the target table to make it an exact copy of the source. You can compare and repair the entire table or a subset of rows. The compare and repair command is always executed on the source. The table being compared must be a part of the current active config file. All SharePlex processes must be running with low replication latency. Be sure to run compare or repair table during low replication activity time. Use SP control, show compare to monitor progress or to view statistics for a completed run. Refer to the SharePlex for Oracle Reference Guide for more information. This concludes the SharePlex compare and repair utility introduction. Thank you.